There are conversations that shape how we live. Conversations that help us navigate challenges of life. Conversations that bring out the best in us. This is where we gather to help each other find the way and unleash our potential. Welcome to the Benjamin Zulu Globe.
Psychologist, relationship coach, the one, the only
Benjamin Zulu.
Benjamin Zulu himself.
These are signs that he lost feelings for loving you, a topic that arouses curiosity and of course eagerness to learn, because who wants to be in such a state anyway? Welcome to Benjamin Zulu Global Show. My name is Sylvia Keremi and I believe we are going to be having an amazing moment here. Benjamin Zulu, a topic that we all want to hear because no one wants to be left hanging.
Yes, and we said sometimes when people love you, you want to wonder, when they tell you I love you, you want to wonder until when? Because nowadays people love you for a period. What you want is permanence. We said part-time love cannot satisfy a full-time soul. You who is fully invested, fully sincere, fully long-term, fully overhaul, fully sincere and protecting this thing from outsiders who are loyal, you also want that degree of commitment.
Of course.
So what we are checking is this person genuine like I am? Or was it a passing thing? There's something we said when people come in with excitement. When you meet a person, you are funny, you make each other laugh, you see the world in an interesting way, you find each other to be pretty, you like how you even wonder where has this person been all of my life. I wish I could meet them earlier. It is so happy, they give you energy. The chemistry tends to rush you to conclusions. That good attraction is very hard to manage, particularly when you know this world is very rare for somebody to just like you for you. And they're not trying to make you overperform, overwhelm yourself, try to win them. When you find a person who likes you, you are likely to feel impatient to make it permanent. That is why we tend to rush ahead, get ahead of ourselves to create permanence, get physically invested, or even move in or do things. We usually try to get ahead of ourselves to eliminate ever losing this person, to eliminate something going wrong. But what happens when you invest ahead of time on credit? Now you just have more to lose. You have more anxiety. And you have more fears. And that fear of, are we still together? Do they still like me? It gets you to overthinking and you lose spontaneity. What they liked in you was the spontaneity and your core. You are centered in your core. That's how they liked how you beam confidence and joy of life. But when you transfer premature investment, what do you become? Anxious, not sure, afraid of being left, panicky. You've changed now into the essence. And now clinging, needing a lot of validation. Whereas they liked how you beamed with life. Now they feel like you need them too much to just feel good about yourself. It's because you are invested prematurely. Premature emotional investment, financial investment. The moment you start paying a bill for somebody because they don't have money, they lost jobs several months ago. This guy was saying, I'm paying rent for her, because for 3 months she has not had a job, and just a way of supporting. And I'm telling him, you're starting something you cannot stop. And the moment you start paying bills for a woman, you are missing the fact that she cannot pay her own bills. That is the fact you needed to watch. You're missing a point that is very important. That she cannot bear her own weight. And when a person can't manage their life, they cannot manage yours either, cannot manage the marriage either. Marriage is heavier than your personal life. And the fact that she does not have social life. Before you came, who was she helping each other with life? You cannot be the one where are her friends? Who has she helped in the past? Helping in life is a merry-go-round. Who has she helped? And if she cannot sustain herself there, can she downgrade a little bit? Can she survive life? Where are the relatives? Where are her savings? Again, even if the job got lost, can you hustle? What are your hustle? When people enter a time of problems, that's a time to watch, not just rescue. Jump into rescue. Watch how they handle their life. And Many people don't ask questions for advice. They don't come as they want us to just rubber stamp. They have a disturbance that they're doing something wrong. They don't go to counselor for the right truth. They are going there for somebody to support their thinking. They're not coming there for you to challenge their thinking. And I tell old men, the moment you start paying bills, you also feel entitled to something in return.
Yes.
You cannot keep proper physical boundaries when you're paying bills for people. When you rent the house, you've also rented the tenant.
You have the freedom to visit the house.
You can sleep there. You have a lot of you've eliminated boundaries.
Entitlement.
When you start paying bills, when you pay salon, you should touch it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let me check out my work is.
Yes. Yes.
If I buy the dress, how does it fit you?
Yeah.
Careful. I'm not saying you can't do gifting, depending on where you are in your progression.
Yeah.
But when you start paying people's bills, lifting their weight in life, you're blinding yourself. You're already crossing boundaries, and you're even denying that woman the chance to make a sober decision. If she's stranded and you're paying her bills, she may not say no and lose her helper. She may go along because of situation, only to come there reluctant. Do you want to marry a reluctant person?
No.
That they were cornered to marry because of where they were in life? No. And again, when you are open to pay people's bills, you don't know whether they come to you for your heart or for your hand.
Yeah.
Careful. We are discussing what to tell when a person is still sincere or they have changed their mind midway. And we are putting the preamble that the relationship all the way until you sign marriage certificate, you should keep exit doors open. Because people reveal themselves in layers. And the more you get close, when you decide, I think I like you too, let's get married. When you start that process of premarital counseling, visiting home, discussing about children, discussing about finances, discussing about spirituality, where you shall live, the kind of lifestyle, kind of houses, how you shall manage money, where, relatives, how far, how close they should come, what. The moment you start now negotiating for a home together, many people think it's like we are already almost as good as married.
Yeah.
So now no point of holding sex. And I gave you the wisdom that when you get close with that guy and now you're working on a project, that's just another stage of interview. You're seeing his personality in play. That's when you're seeing how he relates with his family. Something you could not see previously. How he relates with his boyfriends, boy club, what he does with his money, whether he's in debt, whether he's in problems, what his philosophy, how he feels about his mother and his dad, how he feels. You get to see the woman's relationship to her exes. How she entertains men. The moment somebody agrees to marry you, they have just invited you to their house. Emotional house, life house, so to speak. Keep the physical boundaries firmly in place, because this is the time you get to see the real red flags. When you start interacting closely, you get to see people's houses. You realize this woman is very messy, impossibly untidy. Something you couldn't see when you're meeting for coffee dates.
True.
I don't know why this is not common sense. You don't get to see the interior of my life until I agree to be in a relationship with you, or at least until we begin to interact from inside. Travel together. Can I keep time? How could you tell whether at all I keep time? Unless we were traveling to your home together. How could you see that I even know how to dress up for functions? Whether I'm snobbish, whether I can converse with anyone. Some people cannot converse. How are you going to see that when you're just on video calls at 2 a.m. breathing on the phone? How could you see that this person lives beyond their means? You just thought this is a person in the class. Now you realize they feel angry when you just take a meal in an ordinary hotel somewhere. And they cannot afford it, but they have an attitude about it. How else were you going to see that this woman can't say no to rich men? And a wealthy guy who comes to greet her, she's all up, excited. And you're there, and she forgets whether you're around. Because a guy who packed Mercedes greeted and said good morning. Then she starts lying to you. I know that guy from somewhere. We used to work together. I thought he's a person I remember. When were you going to see the pattern? That this guy cannot pass a skirt. He will drool, salivate. When were you going to see this up close? But what do? The moment we get close, we cross over. We imagine as if. That's how we get entangled.
Yeah.
If you care about long term, even if you have liked the property and you want to buy it, you don't cross process. There's process for background search. Even when you're buying land, you do background search. The only time you can do proper background search on people is when you have shown interest, both of you, to do life together.
Yes.
Stop crossing boundaries just because you've gotten title girlfriend, boyfriend. Maintain physical boundaries.
Yeah.
Because also you need to see how the person can control themselves around a person they like. Do you think that you're the last person they're going to like? Don't be so delusional. Don't be so delusional.
True.
Do you think you're the last person you're going to be in the same environment together? What about next time they go on a work trip with a lady colleague to London?
Yeah.
You denied yourself the chance to see whether this person can control themselves when in the same environment. Because you travel to somewhere for a weekend for functions and you're supposed to spend over there, I'm spending here, then at night he's trying to. Is that what he's going to do when he travels with a woman to Dar es Salaam?
Actually, yeah.
When you marry people, you're going to promote them. I don't know how much we need to say this. Sincere people improve you when they marry you. If this person is behaving this way with less money, less status, less likability, what about when you marry them, watch them, make them better, give them status and honor? They'll get closer to more people.
Yeah.
Why are you denying yourself the chance to see how they handle temptations? I don't know what happened. Then we are saying, what happened in the marriages? They are blowing up all around us. This divorce rate. What are we doing with the foundations? We're just reaping what we sow. But nobody's asking what we are sowing.
Yeah.
Somebody said in South Africa, try to remember his name, I think it was Tambo Beki, saying, at some point we need to stop pulling people out of the river and then go upstream to check where they're falling in. Why are we just discussing divorce? Why nobody discussing how we are coming in?
Yeah. We need to walk backwards.
Yes. And this is exactly the problem. We despise process.
Yeah.
We think it is too restrictive. Nobody wants to know about delayed gratification. Can you confirm whether this guy can control himself when he's excited? Because those moments will come.
Yeah.
Continue imagining that even when you have a home and workplace, there will be people around those two places trying to get you. Trying to get you.
Yeah.
They don't even need you to hit on them, work very hard to seduce them. They're seducing you. So what will happen? You went around with a woman who is just flirtatious early on when she's just a young girl with no status in life. What about the day she has a car, money? She's more noticeable.
Yeah.
Rich men and the poor guys are after her.
Yeah.
Hit boys and rich men. What will happen? And you overlook this because you are also biting her cake. Stupid man. Stupid man. I don't know what we do that. I don't know why we do that.
Ooh, that's tough.
Some women have nothing except sexual energy and they carry themselves like a sexual package. They're just full of charm. Everything is to the T, detail. Just sensual energy on the move. Then you get hypnotized by that.
Yeah.
You ask yourself, does this woman another life? Does this woman ever get a book to read? Does this woman ever question her past, whether she has overcome her temper? Does this woman ever sit to just question her attitude? Can she take feedback about her tone of voice? How does this woman behave when she's angry? If she's screaming, breaking glass, throwing plates, you're just carried by her. Oh my gosh, she's so sick. You meet a guy because he has some change, some pocket, because he's driving a C180. Not because you saw Mercedes, you can't think.
Yes. I just dish out my life. For free.
Now you're trying to clean, thinking now you're lucky.
Yes.
The first sign that a man is done, he has lost feelings, is when he's increasingly uncomfortable with your values and standards.
Okay.
He found you because you are principled, but now he's uncomfortable with the same principles. You kept yourself, for example, but now he's questioning why you won't give yourself to him, and yet he was attracted to you because you're not giving yourself to men. When people start hating you for the same reason they liked you,
Yeah. That's weird.
you know, people keep saying they like a real person, I like the way you're authentic. Until that, they also have to be authentic with you. people like how you're honest until they also need to be
honest with me. Now it's not good.
you know,
Yes.
careful. Some people are attracted to you because of the imagination of deflowering you. That's the real aim.
Oh.
When a man starts fighting the same thing that he praised in the beginning, he was not coming to make you flourish, he was coming to deflower you.
Yes.
This is lust. Lust comes to devour. Love comes to nourish. Love is not selfish. Love cares more about you. If somebody tries to attack how you stand in your life, and yet you still do that way to preserve yourself for the one who marry you, if he's serious about marrying you, why is he quarreling about the period before marrying you? When people say, I need to taste what I'm taking home, if everybody was tasting, how much would I have remaining?
Oh my goodness. None. Nothing, literally.
How would you like it if I tell you 20 other guys also tasted?
Oh. It's crazy.
Again, when you test me, it means I can pass or fail.
Yeah.
So now that it's pass or fail,
I'm here for testing.
again, Sylvia, be careful before you allow yourself to go to examinations where you are not taught the theory. Nobody taught you the lesson.
Yeah.
How can somebody test you on sex and they never trained you how to satisfy them?
Oh my goodness.
Sex is like cooking. I don't know how much onion you like, how much salt you like.
Yes.
How do you like it fried? Do you like it dry fry, wet fry? How can I tell all that?
They're testing you on something they didn't teach you.
Yes. It's very unfair.
Yeah.
It's very unfair. And this is not men alone. A woman was asking me, this guy can't last 2 rounds with my fiance. I'm saying, we are discussing sex outside marriage and you want it to be satisfying. Illicit sex cannot be satisfying. It's usually self-centered.
Yes.
When people do stolen sex, they target fulfilling themselves, not you.
Yeah.
And it is dopamine driven. It's a thrill. It's not a depth of connection, oxytocin, serotonin, like marital, proper, love-driven marriage.
Yeah.
I'm telling her, you're so mistaken. You're just giving your body to a man who's just enjoying your foolishness.
Yes.
Sometimes women give so much to their boyfriend until they miss out on their husband. Because you think the boyfriend will also be the husband.
Yeah.
By the time the husband comes, there's nothing special for him.
Yeah.
Do you know there's a kind of contempt, Sylvia? When a man comes to marry you and realizes you never kept anything for him. There's something.
Yeah.
There's something, a fraud of sorts.
True.
Why am I paying the full price? Of marrying this woman, being true to her, and another guy came and had the same.
Yeah, the same thing for free. Yeah.
Careful.
Yes.
And we're not saying you must be virgin. We're saying the time you realize the right way to live, change your ways.
True.
Most reasonable men are not looking for the physical virginity. We are raising daughters who don't have to lose their virginity along the way.
True.
But a lot of reasonable men just want to know your mentality more than your physicality. Luckily for you.
Yeah.
Luckily for you.
And then I'm imagining probably if you've had all these people, by the time you're settling now with a husband, you'll be having a lot to compare with.
A lot to compare, and I can hardly measure up. I don't even know who you're comparing me with. Is it JMO? Is it Jim? Is it Steve? I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
Or you're just pretending. Can you maintain your freshness? Because you can get so exposed until you numb.
Yeah.
I just want you to know that at the time a man begins to pressure you to alter the same principles that define who you are,
Yeah.
the difference between a cardinal and a criminal is their personal values.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
When a person is attacking your personal values, they're attacking the essence of who you are.
Yeah. And actually what brought them to me.
Yes. Keep that in mind so that you stop negotiating on what you believe, because your beliefs make you.
Yeah.
That's what makes the criminal kill people and the cardinal save people.
Yes.
Keep that in mind. Wow. Keep that in mind. That's what makes the same woman and another woman who could even be sisters have opposite lifestyles.
Yeah. That's very true.
thinks.
Yeah.
Ha! As a man thinketh, so is he. You are how you think. You're not how you look. So stop saying, oh, he has accepted to wait for my sake. He is not sharing the value of celibacy.
Yeah.
He's just holding for you. You don't know whether he could be doing it as well, or even after you will continue doing it. If a man continues, is increasingly uncomfortable with you living the life the way he found you living it. The second value, the second red flag, is when he's no longer sure about your future together. When he was so convinced early that he has found that you are meant to be together.
Yeah.
That destiny maneuvered you to bring you, your paths closed for a reason. That was his language. But nowadays, it's like it's conditional.
Yeah.
On whether you do ABCD. He's not sure. Sometimes men make you to fall in love so they can manipulate you. They hype you in the beginning for you to become emotionally invested.
Yes.
Then when you're emotionally invested, it starts making it conditional. On you bailing him out with some money, spend over at his place, let him do whatever he wants with you. He begins to trade the marriage like if it's a promotion.
Yeah.
Because you're emotionally invested.
Yes.
And he knows the moment you get also physically, sexually invested, you have more to lose. You have more. You have another reason. Just know that when people become unsure, you should let them. When people are no longer convinced, let them. When people throw doubts, you should let them. When people question, you should let them.
Yeah.
There's a book called The Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. The Let Them Theory. To let people do what they would rather do so that you can see where you stand with them. Previously, you used to convince people that you are the right choice.
Yeah.
Previously, you didn't want people to disrupt what you have together.
True.
But the moment you see people beginning to put themselves in a position where they can lose what you have together, watch with the curiosity. All right, I see you.
Yeah.
Let them. And then adjust.
Yeah.
Bad news, Sylvia, is that most of the people you like, particularly in friendship levels, in many colleague relationships, or even when we are dating and we are searching, many people we try to marry, we don't end up marrying them. Many of those friends will have they will depart from your life. Some of them have reached the ceiling of your life, and they don't even warn you.
Yeah.
They just become unfriendly, hostile. They just become unsure. They just become impatient.
Yes.
Insincere. You can tell that his feelings have ebbed down. The tide has gone down when he's not as forthcoming. You should not argue that you first told me you are serious, now what's happening? You're not even talking to me, you're not even responding to my text.
Yeah.
Let him. Let him show you. Do you want to drag a person to marry you when they're no longer sure?
No.
So it's painful, but I want you to practice letting people show you.
Yeah.
So when he's no longer sure, I can't promise, I'm busy with something, they have more excuses now. You know, when people want to do something, they have reasons. When they don't, they have excuses.
True.
He came to you despite all that busyness. Now he's not coming to you because of the same busyness.
Yeah.
You can tell it's not the busyness that changed. It's the desire.
And when their love language changes, should I always assume that something is wrong and he's falling out of love?
It's not the assumption that we are advocating for here. It's the observation. You can bring up when you observe something uncomfortable. You're communicating.
Yeah.
But after you say it and you just realize they're dodging, you've observed. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
You shall not always wake up late, or that's not how life operates. But we are saying, don't insist. Once you communicate in a clear way. You know, I was wondering, I was expecting we were to talk and hear from you. After you leave it, you have said you wished for you to connect.
Yeah.
But they just brush it off. And they repeat the same behavior. Do you continue arguing?
No.
Thank you.
You learn.
Thank you. And you adjust.
Yeah.
You lower your expectations now. You realize, when I was going to meet my girl for the first time, I was distracted with something else. Because I was hunting, looking, searching.
Yeah.
She looks very promising, but another one also I want to go check out. I give her an appointment,
Yes.
and I'm not sure whether I'll come on that one or I'll go for this one. So I talk like I'm not sure I'll confirm. And she say, okay, you can take your time, you can always. But the fact that she's not pushy is what makes me think twice. Let them. Whenever you let people, they realize,
This is a woman who has a life.
this one will slip away. Let me.
Yeah.
And she told me, had you failed to come here, I would never have violated myself again. I don't want to be the one people keep coming back to when they're disappointed by whoever they thought was better.
Yeah.
Or whatever they thought was. I'll move on. This is an open market. No grudges, no beef, nothing.
Yeah.
Let them. When you let people, you don't carry grudges. Just let things lie and go on. It frees you. You feel disappointment, but a very short time. Say, all right, I thought this is something, but unfortunately, seems I was wrong. All right, let's move on. That's all.
Yeah.
You only disappoint yourself for 15 minutes. You just process the thing for a short while. Even if you are invested, just know there's a level of people that you cannot control. So whenever a man is no longer clear, he begins to buy time to drag things, not to be skittish, to be non-committal, and being polite. You know, when people are no longer into you, they just use politeness.
Yeah.
It's no longer sweet language. It's no longer romance. Just, oh, good morning. How was your morning? And yeah, I wish you a good day. And that's all.
Yeah.
And you feel energetic withdrawal. You used to be energetically connected. You used to lift each other's moods, share things, talk, enjoy each other's little things, idiosyncrasies, enjoy each other's voice, enjoy each other's this. Now, it's 2-minute rushed.
It's like you're in an office.
You bring it up once, and you notice you also begin to look another direction.
Yeah.
Let them. You need to be this way so that you don't marry people whose love will die the first few months, because anyway, they started changing their minds about you. But then you went on a charm offensive to win them yourself.
Yeah.
You win an already resigned person.
Yes.
That's why many marriages are lifeless. Lifeless. Somebody noticed the other one was pulling away. Then they went on charm offensive. They managed to somehow rekindle something to get to settle together. But the one who was running away never got quite invested back. They're still like ambivalent. Do you want an ambivalent lover?
No.
So when they start pulling away, let them. Don't chase them. Let them.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, I read somewhere that there is a quantity in communication and quality of communication.
Yes.
When I notice that ether is deteriorating,
Yes.
how do I handle it? How do I know actually this person is not slipping away?
Yeah, and quantity is how much we are talking. Quality is the depth of connection. We can be talking about weather and your routine today.
Yeah.
And we talk for a long time. Quantity. Quality is the feelings, the trust,
Yeah.
the vulnerability, the openness, the understanding, the empathy, how you feel I get you, the timeliness of your word to encourage me, to give me insight.
Yeah.
How crucial it was when you gave me a way to think about something that saved me a whole wild goose chase. You are going to almost take 3 days to go attend that interview at Mombasa, spending a lot until we reasoned with you and you realize actually this cannot work.
Yeah.
No point attending this interview. It has some elements that cannot work for you. How much do you feel supported? By just this person looking at, we converse about it, I know what you're looking for, your gift, I thought about it, I threw it, but the way you explained that, and the way you told me this, and I think this thing is not sitting. If you move that direction and you told me this, are those things, oh, come to think of it, by the way, it can, how much have I saved you? It may not, quality is how much are you changing my life as we talk?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
You open my mind.
Yes.
You become my thinking buddy. Do you know when we are alone, we can sometimes get into tunnel vision of life? Tunnel. You see things in a tunnel. When we are two of us, we look from many angles.
Yeah.
When I care about you, I nurse your issues. I really sit over them. I really toss over them. I really think about them.
Yeah.
There's a quantity and quality of thinking as well. When I spend an hour thinking about your life, I can really give you very useful input.
Yeah.
You give me so much parameters of where you are in life or what you're trying to do. And because I care about you so much, I try to watch your videos, try to check the content you're putting out, try to check what you're doing, your job, I check your interview, I check your CV. Have you ever thought of this? Do you know a person who cares in 1 year? In 1 year. Can lift your life so much. I don't know why we take for granted the people we install in our lives. When you have a person who cares, you have another mind.
Yeah. Alongside.
Yes. You have a whole other person invested in your well-being. And you are investing in their well-being. That exchange becomes like alchemy. Magic. That book, Alchemist, like working out things that are naturally impossible.
Yeah.
Just to tell you, you can tell when it is shallow, it's no longer improving your life. It is logistical and to tick boxes.
Yeah.
Dry. And you are no longer each other's source of energy and a kick of motivation.
Yeah.
That's your soulmate should be touching your feelings, your life more than anybody on earth. You're not soulmates with your siblings, with your parents. You are friends with other people, but the soulmate is another place that is exclusive.
True.
But I told you we replaced soulmate with body mate.
Yeah.
With sex mate. We no longer care about a twin flame.
Yeah.
We care about a good time. Let's have some good time. And so we create entanglements based on physicalities.
Yes.
And we don't realize we are robbing ourselves. What people test drive is the wrong thing. Test drive how our souls groove together.
Yeah.
If our souls groove, the bodies will flow because just a small touch and you feel fire.
Yeah.
If you appreciate how deeply I improve your life, how deeply you improve my life, if you can count to friends how much this guy has just directed your life for the better, your physical intimacy will flow and be over the moon. Even when it is a simple thing, even holding hands will feel another level. Holding hands.
Yes.
So these people who are going so far to test bodies don't know that if our souls groove, if our minds align, if our hearts care for each other, even a small peck on the cheek will be unforgettable. The body responds to the soul, not the other way.
Yeah.
But remember how we have cast ourselves? We have reduced everything to physicalities.
Yeah.
And so we try to do more theatrics. And even buy books of sex positions.
Yeah. The world is becoming something else today.
We are going the wrong direction.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow. Now, to culminate this conversation, let me read something that you've written in this book. That is The Lasting Love. And it says, How to Find Your Soulmate Without Losing Yourself. Some people don't care what you're going through as long as you can come through for them. These are not your people. Even if you have a long history with them, your paths have diverged in different directions. And if you don't let them go, they'll rip you apart. Sometimes disappointment is what you need to bring you clarity.
Yes.
So
sometimes people are not in love with you, they're in love with the way you love them. And if you just keep pouring out your heart without realizing that the love is not mutual, you'll be in a tilted relationship that will keep draining you.
Yeah.
You keep pouring more and getting less. Yes.
Wow, that was such a powerful conversation. I believe our viewers have learned something. To get Benjamin Zulu's books, you can go to www.benjaminzuluglobal.com and get yourself a copy. Thank you so much for being in this conversation. Bye-bye.
There are conversations that shape how we live. Conversations that help us navigate challenges of life. Conversations that bring out the best in us. This is where we gather to help each other find the way and unleash our potential.